Hi guys, my name is Roger. Welcome to a new video. A special one because this is my first tryout to start with live streaming. So I have several cameras live recording right now, and in this case I'm going to use the time to show you how my VariOS-8 programmer works, the template which I've created for the BCR-2000, to have standalone control over the VariOS of Roland. The VariOS has two software programs, VariOS-8 and VariOS 303, and then you also have the VariOS VariPhrase program, all in combination with computers. But as you know, I don't like to work with computers during making music. So I've created a SizeX template for the VariOS, for the BCR to control the VariOS-8 software. And I'm going to give you some examples, and I will explain you something about the template, how it works. Let me start with some sounds I've created for the VariOS with the programmer. So I created these plugs. Let me tell you that the sound you hear is without processing, without effects. It's all coming from the program, the VariOS-8 program. So nothing extra is added. Okay, plugs. Some strings. This one. An arpeggio. Okay, let me show you immediately the following, because I can now have control with the BCR over this sound without using a computer. So we take a look over here and we see TVF and TVA. So TVF frequency, the frequency TVF is over the complete sound. So check this out. And I can adjust this also. So this is cool. So you don't have to use your computer. You can use several encoders at the same time. Okay, cool. Direct control, standalone mode. So, next sound. Another one. Another one. Another one, a fat one. Arpeggio bass. another plug. This one. Nice to play with. Techno arp. Flowing. So this is an arpeggio also. Check this out. Very cool. And Fat Funk. Or this one. A Hoover sound. Okay, very nice. So all created with the BCR-2000 programmer. Let me start with this one, with the original patch number 1, the GP8 string. Nice sound. So okay, let's focus on this one. Then you see several groups. You see oscillator 1, oscillator 2, because the BCR has 2 oscillators, TVF and TVA. And over here you see some switches. You can switch on and off the oscillators 1 and 2, and you can switch on and off the TVF and the TVA. Just let me give an example. So now it's off. You don't hear anything. This is oscillator 1. And this is oscillator 2. Together. Now the TVF and the TVA are on. I will turn off the TVA. So this means that the attack, decay, sustain, release is not affected. It's directly coming from the oscillator. And now I will turn off the TVF. So this part is also disabled. I can change the frequency, but there's no difference. If I turn it on, it's affected. Okay. Same for the TVA. Now it's working again. So I change the attack, the release. Okay, cool. Then you see over here oscillator 1 and oscillator 1 and oscillator 2. Waveform, level, and then a lot of small letters. It all has to do with the presets, because I have created 6 presets. I had to create 6 presets to use all the functions. So preset number 1 is the impact, coarse tune, fine tune, pulse width, and the sub oscillator. Let me give an example with, in this case, oscillator number 2. So preset 1, oscillator 2. Here is the waveform. Check this out. Saw, square, triangle, sine, ramp, Juno, HQ saw, HQ square, and noise. Okay, so back to saw. This is the level of oscillator 2. You see also here level, but this is the overall level, and this is the level for oscillator 2. Then the impact. Then the chorus tune. 64 is C3. C2. C1. C0. -1. So this is the chorus tune, then the fine tune. Then here the pulse width. And the sub oscillator. Okay, then preset number 2 adjusts the attack, decay, sustain, release of the oscillator. So not the overall TVA, but per oscillator. Check this out. If I turn on oscillator 1, you'll hear in the background the oscillator 2 and the oscillator 1. Oscillator 2 is already gone, and oscillator 1 is still sounding. Okay. Preset 3 is for pitch. Okay, check this out. So you hear, this is for pitch. Preset 4 is for pulse width depth. And then also the attack, decay, and sustain and release. Hear the difference. Preset 5 is for the sub oscillator. And preset number 6 is for oscillator 2 is the resonance, and oscillator 1 is the frequency. So check this out. Okay, over here, the velocity sense. If I turn it the other way around, the harder you press your keys, the softer the sound. Okay. Then you see over here portamento time, but to have the portamento function working, you have to turn on the portamento switch, which is over here. Okay, if you combine it with the solo button, now the sound is solo. And now it's polyphonic. Okay, turn it off. So then you see over here arpeggio. To turn the arpeggio on, you have to press this switch. Then you can choose up, down, up and down, or random. And then over here, the octave range. This is the sync button. You can sync the arpeggio to the MIDI clock. So now it's synced to the MIDI clock. Okay, very nice, very cool. Let me explain the upper part. You see over here 4 switches: LFO, TVF, oscillator 1 and oscillator 2. TVF means the LFO for the complete sound, then LFO for oscillator 1 and LFO for oscillator 2. And the effects. Let me start over here, TVF. So we have this sound, and check this out. I will change now the LFO frequency pitch. I will change now the LFO rate. You can also change the LFO delay, so when the LFO has to start. Okay, now go to the LFO waveform, because there are several waveforms, and listen to the difference. Several ones. Let me do this one. Okay, check this out. Because the frequency pitch is now to the left. You hear now ding, 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 ding. And if I turn this the other way around, you hear wait, 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 wait. You hear the difference, right? This is for the resonance. let me show you this also. If I press this one, the sound, the LFO is for all keys the same. I press it again. Oh. Now you can hear it better. Now the key sync is off. The keys are not in sync. And again. Okay. Let me turn this off. I go to the effects. Because okay, so oscillator 1 and oscillator 2 is the same, but then for every oscillator. The effects. I have programmed 3 effects: delay, chorus, and reverb. Rate and depth. And this is on and off. Off. On. Off. On. And this is the amount of chorus. A lot. A little. Then reverb, the same density and reverb size. And if I press this one, it's also the amount. Over here, the delay. Feedback and the delay time. Okay, this for delay. What else? You can turn the effects also off here. Then the mod also. This is the modification between the modulation between oscillator 1 and oscillator 2. Very nice. Let me turn the arpeggio. as you can see, the problem with me is that I can play all the time, a lot of time with it. The most important thing of this was just to show you how it works. So you don't see me here with a mouse and my computer and looking at the screen and switching screens. No, I'm pushing buttons. I'm turning knobs, encoders, and I adjust the sound. Yes, okay, I admit. First you have to try and error and to search for, oh, what does preset 1 do, preset 2, and so on. But you will enjoy it for sure. You will enjoy it much more than with your mouse and your computer and your screen, because you got direct access. You got direct access to the sound. And one of the nicest parts is that with the BCR you can record these movements with a sequencer. The MC500, the MC50, the MV-8000, the MV-8800, they record size X. So let me, shall I give an example? Yeah. Let's do it like this. Just a quick idea. Okay. Wait. I mute this one. Erase. Just very simple. But now I will add the arpeggio. I will take that away. Wait a minute. Piano roll. Erase. Okay. Just basic thing, just to show you how cool it is to have direct control. Okay, let me stop. I will stop and soon I will start with a live session. So thank you for watching, and it's just a little mess, but thank you. You can download the template down below. Thank you, and we see each other next time. Okay, thank you guys. Bye bye. Bye bye.